Skin tags, those small, soft, often flesh-colored growths that appear on the skin, are something almost everyone notices at some point in their life. They can show up around the eyes, on the neck, under the arms, or even in the groin area. For many, they're simply a cosmetic concern, something to be ignored, or at most removed by a dermatologist. But what if these seemingly harmless little bumps are actually trying to tell you something important about your health? What if they're not just a minor skin issue, but a subtle early warning sign of a much bigger problem brewing beneath the surface? Let's take a closer look at what skin tags really mean, what causes them, and why paying attention to them could be one of the smartest things you do for your long-term health. To begin, it's important to understand what skin tags are. Medically known as acrocordons, skin tags are benign, meaning non-cancerous, growths that commonly occur in areas where the skin folds or creases. They're made up of normal skin tissue and a bit of fat, and they're attached to the skin by a small, thin stalk. While they don't hurt and rarely cause any discomfort, their appearance can be bothersome, especially if they catch on clothing or jewelry. For years, the prevailing wisdom was that skin tags simply developed due to friction, skin rubbing against skin or against clothing, especially in people who are overweight or have looser skin. And while there's some truth to this, friction can indeed contribute to their formation. It's only part of the story. Recent research has revealed a much deeper and more significant connection, one that links skin tags to the inner workings of your metabolism. It turns out that skin tags are strongly associated with a condition known as metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome is a cluster of risk factors that includes high blood sugar, high blood pressure, excess belly fat, and abnormal cholesterol levels. At the heart of metabolic syndrome is a problem called insulin resistance. Insulin is a hormone produced by your pancreas that helps your body use and store sugar from the food you eat. When you become insulin resistant, your cells don't respond properly to insulin, causing your body to produce more and more of it in an attempt to keep your blood sugar in check. This state of chronically high insulin, also known as hyperinsulinemia, sets the stage for prediabetes and eventually type 2 diabetes. So how do skin tags fit into this picture? Studies have found that people with multiple skin tags are much more likely to have insulin resistance or even undiagnosed diabetes. The more skin tags you have, the higher your risk. In fact, some researchers now consider skin tags to be an external marker of what's happening inside your body, a visible clue that your metabolism may be out of balance. But why does high insulin lead to skin tags? The answer lies in the way insulin affects the growth of skin cells. Insulin is not just a blood sugar regulator, it's also a growth-promoting hormone. When insulin levels are consistently high, it can stimulate the proliferation of skin cells, particularly in areas where there's friction. This overgrowth manifests as skin tags. In other words, skin tags are a sign that your body is being exposed to more insulin than it should be, a clear signal that it's time to pay attention. Of course, not everyone with skin tags will develop diabetes, and not everyone with diabetes has skin tags. There are other factors at play too. Genetics can make some people more prone to developing skin tags, and there's some evidence that certain viruses, such as the human papillomavirus, HPV, may play a role in their formation. However, the strongest and most consistent link is with insulin resistance and metabolic syndrome. If you've noticed that you're developing more skin tags than before, or if you already have several, it's worth considering what they might be saying about your health. Think of them as your body's way of waving a red flag, urging you to look deeper and address the underlying issues rather than just treating the symptom. Many people, when bothered by skin tags, opt to have them removed. Dermatologists can easily snip them off, freeze them, or burn them away with minor procedures. While this can certainly take care of the immediate cosmetic concern, it doesn't address the root cause. If you don't make changes to the factors that led to their development in the first place, there's a good chance that new skin tags will appear in the future. So what can you do if you want to not only get rid of skin tags, but also reduce your risk of more serious health problems like diabetes? The answer lies in addressing the underlying insulin resistance, and the most effective way to do that is through your diet. When you eat a diet high in refined carbohydrates and sugars, think white bread, pasta, pastries, sweetened beverages, and processed snacks, your blood sugar rises rapidly. Your pancreas responds by pumping out insulin to bring those levels back down. If this cycle happens repeatedly, day after day, your cells can become less responsive to insulin, forcing your body to produce even more of it. Over time, this leads to the chronically high insulin levels that promote the growth of skin tags and increase your risk of metabolic syndrome. To break this cycle, you need to reduce the amount of sugar and simple carbs in your diet. Many people have found success with low-carb eating plans such as the ketogenic diet, the carnivore diet, or the Atkins diet. These approaches focus on minimizing carbohydrate intake, which in turn helps to lower blood sugar and insulin levels. As your body adapts to burning fat for fuel instead of relying on sugar, your insulin sensitivity improves, and your risk of metabolic syndrome and diabetes decreases. Remarkably, countless individuals who have adopted low-carb or ketogenic diets have reported that their skin tags faded away or disappeared altogether over time. While this doesn't happen overnight, it's a powerful testament to the connection between what you eat, your insulin levels, and your skin health. Making these dietary changes doesn't just help with skin tags, it can have a profound impact on your overall well-being. Lowering your intake of sugar and processed carbohydrates can help you lose excess weight, reduce inflammation, improve your energy levels, and lower your risk of heart disease, stroke, and other chronic conditions. If you're ready to take action, here are some practical steps you can start today. First, take an honest look at your current eating habits. How much sugar are you consuming each day? Are you relying on processed foods, sugary drinks, or frequent snacks? Start by cutting back on obvious sources of sugar, such as sodas, fruit juices, candy, and baked goods. Replace them with water, unsweetened tea, or sparkling water with a splash of lemon. Next, focus on whole, nutrient-dense foods. Build your meals around high-quality proteins like eggs, fish, poultry, or grass-fed meats. Add plenty of non-starchy vegetables such as leafy greens, broccoli, cauliflower, and peppers. Use healthy fats from sources like avocados, olive oil, and nuts to keep you satisfied and support your metabolism. If you're interested in trying a ketogenic or carnivore diet, do your research and consider consulting with a healthcare professional, especially if you have existing health conditions or are taking medication. These diets can be very effective for lowering insulin and blood sugar, but they require a good understanding of nutrition to do safely and sustainably. Remember, the goal is not just to eliminate skin tags, but to address the underlying metabolic imbalance that led to their development. By making these changes, you're not only improving your skin, you're investing in your long-term health and reducing your risk of serious diseases down the road. It's also important to recognize that while diet is the most powerful tool for improving insulin sensitivity, other lifestyle factors play a role as well. Regular physical activity helps your muscles use glucose more efficiently, reducing the need for high levels of insulin. Aim for a mix of aerobic exercise, strength training, and activities that you enjoy, such as walking, cycling, swimming, or dancing. Getting enough quality sleep is another key factor. Poor sleep can disrupt your hormones and increase your risk of insulin resistance. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of restful sleep each night and establish a regular sleep routine to help your body stay in balance. Managing stress is equally important. Chronic stress can raise levels of cortisol, a hormone that can interfere with insulin sensitivity and promote fat storage, especially around the abdomen. Incorporate stress-reducing practices into your daily routine, such as meditation, deep breathing, yoga, or spending time in nature. If you've already developed skin tags, don't panic. Remember, they are benign and not a cause for immediate alarm. However, don't ignore them either. Use them as a prompt to check in with your health. If you have multiple skin tags, especially if you're also carrying extra weight around your midsection, have high blood pressure, or have a family history of diabetes, consider asking your doctor about checking your blood sugar and insulin levels. Early detection of metabolic issues gives you the best chance to reverse them before they progress to more serious conditions. In summary, skin tags are more than just an annoying skin issue. They are a visible sign that your body may be struggling with insulin resistance and metabolic syndrome, conditions that can lead to prediabetes and type 2 diabetes if left unchecked. While genetics and other factors may play a role, the primary driver is chronically high insulin, often as a result of a diet too high in sugar and refined carbohydrates. The good news is that you have the power to make changes that can dramatically improve your health. By reducing your intake of carbs and sugar, focusing on whole foods, being physically active, getting enough sleep, and managing stress, you can lower your insulin levels, improve your metabolic health, and even see those skin tags fade away. So the next time you notice a skin tag, don't just see it as a minor inconvenience. See it as a helpful signal, your body's way of telling you to take a closer look at what's happening inside. By listening to these early warning signs and making positive changes, you can not only improve your skin, but also protect yourself from the serious health risks associated with metabolic syndrome and diabetes. Don't wait for bigger problems to develop. Start today by making small, sustainable changes to your diet and lifestyle. Your body and your skin will thank you for it. Remember, true health starts from within. Treat the cause, not just the symptom, and you'll be well on your way to a healthier, happier future.